Bonjour à tous et bienvenue à la troisième édition de la remise de l'Ordre de la Rose blanche. Bienvenue aussi à ceux qui se joignent à nous sur Facebook. Avant de commencer, je souhaite vous informer que la récipiendaire de cette année est en anglophone, donc la grande majorité de la cérémonie sera en anglais. Good morning and welcome to the third edition of the awarding of the Polytechnique Montréal Order of the White Rose Scholarship. Welcome as well to everyone joining us on Facebook. My name is Steven Chamberlain, and I'm the Chief Academic and Student Life Officer for Polytechnique Montréal. Je suis honoré d'être ici aujourd'hui pour animer cette cérémonie et ravi de vous voir aussi nombreux. I'm honored to be here today to host this ceremony and delighted to see so many of you here. I would first like to emphasize the presence of distinguished guests here with us this morning. We have the great honor of welcoming Madame Valérie Plante, Mayor of Montreal. Thank you for being here today for this symbolic and forward-looking event. I also want to welcome the recipient of the 2017 Order of the White Rose Scholarship, whose name we will announce in just a few minutes. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Madame Nathalie Provost, proud godmother of the Order of the White Rose. Several members of Polytechnique, including members of the administration, are present. Among them, the principal and chair of board of director, Madame Michèle Thibodeau-Deguire, as well as the interim chief executive officer, Monsieur François Bertrand. I would also like to welcome Madame Amina Ntati of the Association des étudiants des cycles supérieurs de Polytechnique et Monsieur Yann Blanchard of the Association des étudiants de Polytechnique. Finally, welcome to everyone who is watching the ceremony live on Facebook. Enfin, bienvenue à toutes les personnes qui suivent la cérémonie en direct sur Facebook. I'd now like to invite Monsieur Bertrand to come up and say a few words.
Merci, Stephen. Madame la mairesse, my dear scholarship recipient, Madame Provost, Madame Thibodeau-Deguire, distingués invités, je souhaiterais commencer par remercier sincèrement chacun d'entre vous d'avoir accepté notre invitation à cette troisième cérémonie de remise de la bourse de l'Ordre de la Rose blanche. Je reconnais de nombreux visages dans l'Assemblée et je suis vraiment touché par votre présence à tous. I would like to begin by sincerely thanking each and every one of you for accepting our invitation to attend this third award ceremony for the Order of the White Rose Scholarship. I can see many familiar faces out there in the audience, and I'm deeply touched by your presence. Ce 6 décembre marquera le 28e anniversaire de la tragédie qui coûta la vie à 14 femmes et en blessa plusieurs autres. Les années passent, mais l'onde de choc créée par cette attaque résonne encore aujourd'hui dans notre société. This December 6 will mark the 28th anniversary of the tragedy that took the lives of 14 women and injured several others. The years have passed, but the shockwave produced by this attack still resonates today in our society. Some of you here experienced this drama up close. Personally speaking, I was not at Polytechnique back then, but I will never forget the horror of that day. None of us ever will. At the same time, I've also been deeply impressed and moved by the courage and determination shown by the victims' families, by those who were injured in the attack, and by the many witnesses to that terrible event. I've also been heartened by how the Polytechnique Montreal community, and indeed the entire Canadian engineering education community, has transformed the memory of this dark page in its history into a new chapter filled with hope and confidence in the future. Je suis grandement impressionné de voir comment la communauté de Polytechnique Montréal et la communauté canadienne de formation en génie ont su bâtir sur des racines de violence un chemin de paix et d'apaisement. Alfred de Musset a écrit « Les larmes du passé fécondent l'avenir ». Je crois que notre présence aujourd'hui, dans ces circonstances, ne peut mieux illustrer cette citation. French poet Alfred de Musset wrote, "Les larmes du passé fécondent l'avenir," which roughly translates as, "The tears of the past fertilize the future." I believe that our presence today under these circumstances could not better illustrate this quote. The white roses that we give emphasis to are a strong symbol for Polytechnique. Over the years, they have become the emblem of commemorations for December 6, 1989. L'Ordre de la Rose Blanche a ici été créé en 2014 à l'occasion du 25e anniversaire de la tragédie, en hommage à toutes les victimes, ainsi qu'aux blessés, aux familles, aux membres de la communauté, employés et étudiants qui ont été marqués à jamais par ces événements. The Order of the White Rose was created on 25th anniversary of the tragedy in 2014 to honor all the victims and the wounded, families, community members, employees, and students who have been marked forever by these events. The $30,000 White Rose Scholarship is awarded to a Canadian engineering student wishing to pursue graduate studies in an institution of her choice in Canada or elsewhere in the world. Madame Thibodeau de Guire will explain the selection process and announce the 2017 recipient's name in a few moments. But before that, I would like to emphasize the quality of all the nominations we received. Many talented women are continuing to take their place in the field of engineering, and I'm delighted about that. Did you know that women students now make up close to 28% of Polytechnique Montreal's student body? While we are already very proud, very, very proud indeed of this statistic, we are continuing our efforts to ensure that this proportion continues to grow. Toutes ces initiatives de commémoration ne pourront jamais effacer le passé. Elles contribuent cependant à bâtir l'avenir en mettant l'accent sur le talent de femmes inspirantes au sein de notre communauté de génie et célèbrent l'avenir brillant de notre profession. This scholarship and other initiatives will never erase the past. But what we are doing is underscoring and highlighting the inspiring female talent that exists in our engineering community and celebrating what promises to be a very bright future for our profession and our society. Merci.
Merci, Monsieur Bertrand. I would now like to ask Madame Michèle Thibodeau de Guire, Principal and Chair of the Polytechnique Montréal Board of Directors, to say a few words and announce the name of the recipients of the Order of the White Rose Scholarship.
Merci beaucoup, Stephen. Madame la mairesse, my dear scholarship recipient, we're not supposed to know you yet. Nathalie Provost, who is a very special person for me. Monsieur Bertrand, invité distingué. Welcome to all of you. Bienvenue. En tant que présidente du Conseil, j'ai eu l'honneur et le privilège de présider le jury de sélection pour la bourse de l'Ordre de la Rose Blanche. Ce fut un plaisir de parcourir les candidatures venues de partout au Canada. As chair of our board, I had the honor and privilege of leading for the third time the selection committee of the Order of the White Rose Scholarship. What a delight it has been to read through the applications of these remarkable women engineering students from across the country. Back in 1963, that's some 55 years ago, I graduated from Polytechnique in civil engineering. In the whole school, we were 4 women. Today, we are over 2,000, and I'm so proud of that. In many ways, the Order of the White Rose Scholarship is designed to build on this strong legacy of women engineers and enable our top talent to contribute to our society's scientific heritage. In short, It's a wonderful initiative, and I'm so proud to be part of it. At this time, I'd like to thank my 7 colleagues who worked so diligently on the selection committee to review the many applicants we received and complete the challenging task of choosing just one. They are the Dean of Engineering of Université de Sherbrooke, Patrick Doucet. Patrick, merci d'être là. The President and Vice Chancellor of University of Calgary, the Principal and Vice Chancellor of McGill University, the Dean of Applied Science and Engineering at the University of Toronto, the Dean of Engineering of Dalhousie University, the Dean of Engineering at the University of Victoria, and finally, the Dean of Engineering and Applied Science at Queen's University. The involvement of these notable academics has added considerable prestige to the competition. This edition of the Order of the White Rose would not have been possible without the valuable contribution of many Polytechnique stakeholders. And in particular, I would like to name Professor André Bazirgui, I think that is here today, André, Professor Martine Bélèche, Professor Caroline Boudou, and Professor Stephen Chamberlain, who have been a great help in setting up this work, this very difficult work we had to do. Thank you so much. Now, a few brief words about the scholarship application process. Applicants had to be female, Canadian citizens, and recently graduated from an engineering program at a Canadian university. They also needed to be enrolled or in the process of enrolling in a graduate studies program at the master's or PhD level to begin the year after receiving the bachelor's degree. Candidates had to show outstanding merit in 3 main areas: academic record, technical achievement, and contribution to the community. Each Canadian engineering faculty was invited to submit their finalist nomination to the Order of the White Rose Selection Committee. 1 nomination per university. Our recipient this year has distinguished herself with academic results bordering on perfection, but also by excelling in the other 2 components required by the Order of the White Rose. Her track record greatly impressed the jury. Without further ado, I now have the pleasure and great honor to announce the name of the recipient of the 2017 Order of the White Rose Scholarship, Madame Ella Thomson of the University of Manitoba. Ella, please rise. Bravo, Ella. I want to mention the presence here today of Ella's aunt, Madame Dorothy Melikian. She is certainly very proud of her niece. Yes. Ella will say a few words shortly, but first I'd like to briefly tell you a little bit about her. Ella va prendre la parole dans quelques minutes, mais quelques mots au sujet d'Ella. She took her first steps in research at the University of Manitoba at the age of 13, wow, through a mentorship program. Rapidly, by volunteering with people with development disabilities while caring for a great aunt with Alzheimer's disease, she became fascinated with understanding the function of the brain. With a grant from the Natural Science and Engineering Research Council of Canada, she further developed a mathematical model to test potential treatments prior to performing biological experiments. 9 conferences and 4 publications resulted from this research. Bravo. The rest of her career is a series of success. Year after year, Ella has been among the 10 top students of her group at the University of Manitoba, and she finished her electrical engineering bachelor's degree with an average near perfection. She won not only once, but twice, the Distinguished Schulich Leader Scholarship, awarded to very few science students across Canada. Ella is now a PhD student in electrical engineering at the prestigious Stanford University. But Ella is much more than just a brain. She's also, and most importantly, she has a huge heart. Seeking to make a difference in the world, this young humanist has always been committed to her community, whether as a student representative on various councils or in the humanitarian area. Having been introduced to science at a very young age, Ella, who dreams of a career in the academic world, is aware of her luck and dedicated to ensuring that other young women can have the same opportunity. Ella, tu es une véritable source d'inspiration pour tes pairs, ainsi que pour la prochaine génération, et tu mérites grandement cette bourse. Ella, you are truly an inspiration for your peers and fully deserving of this scholarship. Merci, bravo.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Thibaudot-Daguerre. I'd now like to invite Madame Nathalie Provost, the godmother of the Order of the White Rose, to say a few words. As you may know, Nathalie was injured in the December 6 attacks and thus brings a very personal perspective to this terrible event. She is now working for Quebec's Department of Sustainable Development, Environment and Fight Against Climate Change as Regional Director for the Estrie and Montérégie regions. We are so grateful that Nathalie has been able to join us today. Please give her a big round of applause. Applaudissons-la.
Bonjour, c'est toujours avec beaucoup d'émotion que je viens vous rencontrer maintenant à chaque année. Madame la mairesse, bonjour, un honneur, bravo pour votre victoire. Monsieur le directeur, Michel, Madame la présidente, Ella, chers invités, je suis très heureuse d'être devant vous et avec vous aujourd'hui. J'ai eu besoin cette semaine de sentir la famille polytechnicienne unie, solidaire et paisible. Je vais faire mon allocution, moi aussi, en majeure partie en anglais parce que je tiens à ce qu'Ella la comprenne. Elle s'adresse d'abord à elle. Je sais que vous n'y verrez aucune allusion politique. You must know, Ella, that here at Polytechnique, the day after December 6, 1989, teachers and students committed to a better control of firearms in Canada. Yet, despite the past 28 years, the political debate is still heated between those who want better control and those who own weapons who want less or no control. This week, those who want to reduce controls plan to rally at Place du 6 Décembre down the hill of Polytechnique. And because of this rally, I want to tell you that I have just been through an incredible week reminding others what December 6 means in Quebec, a day on which 14 women, 14 lights of hope died. Indeed, some people have forgotten. Since you are only 21 years old, you were not yet a dream for your parents when it happened, so you cannot know. But today, as you become a bearer of hope, you have to know. Each recipient of the Order of the White Rose brings us great joy, the light of intelligence, commitment, capacity to go beyond limits for the good sake of others. As a bearer of hope, I think it is important to share with you a little piece of our history, l'histoire des filles de Poly de 89. In 1989, for me, for my classmates, everything was possible. We only had to imagine ourselves, and we could fulfill ourselves. In our great naivety, we did not understand that these doors wide open could be shut, sometimes brutally and cruelly. But that's what Marc Lépine did. He shut the door in front of us. My classmates will never enter the country of their dreams. No diplomas, no career, no professional achievements, no great love story, no children, no flourishing talents. Marc Lépine has also shut the door of our carelessness, lightness, and for some of magnificent creative impulses. Faced with this tragedy, every woman, everybody in Quebec was shocked. Quebec society and even the whole world felt the great cold wind caused by a door slamming too violently. It is this great cold wind that urges us, still today, to remember the 14 victims of Polytechnique. It took us a long time to reopen the door again. It's long, very long, to recover from seeing the door of dreams closing so brutally. But Polytechnique has succeeded in many ways. But in my eyes, it is mainly thanks to the creation of the Order of the White Rose. Today, you become, along with Tara and Leanne, the two first recipients, a third bearer of hope. I hope you will make the light of your talents shine high and far. You symbolize for me the best of what my classmates would have become. I fear, in conclusion, that you may feel very heavy the weight of these memories. But I am convinced that the best way to reopen the closing doors is by walking on the path of happiness. It is a pleasure to meet you today. I am amazed by all your talents. I am proud that Polytechnique and the Order of the White Rose recognize you. But above all, I wish you to find your way to happiness. I wish you to know how to choose yourself. I wish you to fulfill all your dreams. Congratulations, Ella.
Merci énormément, Nathalie. It's now my great honor to welcome our 2017 recipient of the Order of the White Rose Scholarship, Madame Ella Thomson.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Mayor, Mr. Bertrand, Madame Thibodeau-Deguire, Madame Provost, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by thanking the jury for selecting me as the 2017 recipient of the Order of the White Rose. I am especially thankful to the godmothers of the Order of the White Rose, Madame Thibodeau-Deguire and Madame Provost, for being present today. I am honored and humbled to be this year's recipient of the Order of the White Rose, an award that has stemmed from tragedy, but yet is a powerful symbol of what women have achieved and continue to strive for. I will be forever indebted to the women in engineering who paved the way for me, including the 14 women who lost their lives at École Polytechnique. Je suis honorée et émue d'être ici aujourd'hui pour recevoir l'Ordre de la Rose Blanche, un prix qui découle de la tragédie, mais qui est pourtant un puissant symbole de ce que les femmes ont accompli et continuent à faire. Je serai toujours reconnaissante aux femmes ingénieures qui m'ont ouvert les portes, y compris les 14 femmes qui ont perdu la vie à l'École Polytechnique. Receiving this award is made even more meaningful to me because of my past role in organizing a memorial for the 25th anniversary of the Polytechnique massacre. In December 2014, while serving as secretary for the University of Manitoba Engineering Society, I organized the memorial service at the University of Manitoba. To be standing here today receiving this honor is very emotional and touching. From a very young age, I had an interest in science. My parents always encouraged and fostered this interest. Some of my first fond memories are of sitting around the kitchen table, exploring and running experiments with my dad, who's also an engineer. Participating in science fairs from grade 6 to 12 paved the path to conducting university-level research before I began university. These experiences played a major role in my decision to pursue a career in STEM: science, technology, engineering, and math. I full-heartedly believe that exposure to science at a young age is crucial in helping girls gain an interest in STEM. Recognizing that many girls do not have access to this early exposure to science and engineering, I wanted to do my part to help them develop that interest. I was involved with WISE, Women in Science and Engineering, at the University of Manitoba as a club coordinator. This weekly club aimed to get girls excited about science and engineering through participation in science experiments and field trips. Initiatives like this are crucial to increase the participation of women in science and engineering. As a student in engineering, I am very well aware that we women are underrepresented in this field. While great strides have been taken to increase the participation of women in engineering, we still have a long way to go. Raising young girls to believe that they can achieve whatever they set their minds to is the first step on this journey. Having inspiring women role models in the field will empower young girls to pursue their dreams of becoming scientists and engineers. As Alicia Ramos of Vox Media said, having role models who are the same gender as you, who look like you, and who come from a similar background as you can go a long way. As I move forward in my career, I look forward to having the opportunity to act as a mentor and to inspire young girls. I feel very honored to be this year's recipient of the Order of the White Rose. This award will always be my inspiration to carry the torch for gender equality, especially in the field of engineering. Je suis très honorée d'être la récipiendaire de l'Ordre de la Rose Blanche cette année. Ce prix sera toujours ma source d'inspiration de porter le flambeau de l'égalité des sexes, en particulier dans le domaine de l'ingénierie. Merci. Thank you.
Merci, Ella, et au nom de toute la communauté de Polytechnique, recevez nos plus sincères félicitations. Congratulations, Ella, on behalf of the entire Polytechnique Montreal community. And I'll give the floor to Madame Valérie Plante, Mayor of Montreal, who is honoring us with her presence today.
Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Quel bonheur d'être parmi vous aujourd'hui. C'est un honneur d'être ici. Bien sûr, tout d'abord, Monsieur le Directeur, Madame Provost, Madame Thibodeau de Guire, and Ella. It is an honor to be here and to present you this prize today. You are strong and brilliant young women. And hearing you talking about the importance of having mentors and to have models, I can definitely relate to that. As women who enter non-traditional areas, and politics is one of them, and being the first woman mayor of Montreal, I've had the privilege and I was able to look at other women who paved the way before me, and this is what gave me the opportunity and made me dream of becoming this politician. So I am very proud to stand in front of you and to announce you that now you are a role model as well. Alors, je suis très honorée d'être parmi vous en ces murs chargés d'histoire et d'émotions pour la remise de l'Ordre de la Rose Blanche. Bien sûr, je tiens à féliciter Mme Thomson, à qui le jury de l'Ordre de la Rose Blanche a unanimement choisi de décerner la troisième bourse de son histoire. Votre parcours est impressionnant et mérite d'être salué. Votre rigueur dans vos études vous ont permis d'être classée parmi les 10 meilleures étudiantes sur les 6 000 que comptait votre promotion. Les 6 000 étudiantes, dont les 6 000 de votre promotion, pardon. Votre curiosité vous a permis de faire progresser la recherche dans le domaine de l'Alzheimer. Votre humanisme vous a permis de fonder un organisme qui répare du matériel médical usagé pour ensuite l'expédier dans les pays en voie de développement. C'est pas rien. Votre passion vous a poussé à vous impliquer auprès des filles du club Voici, qui permet d'initier les filles au monde des sciences. Vous avez tout pour devenir une véritable inspiration et comme je vous le disais, vous êtes déjà un modèle pour les jeunes filles et les jeunes garçons qui se cherchent des modèles afin de les aider à choisir leur voie. L'Ordre de la Rose Blanche a été créé en hommage aux victimes, blessés, familles, professeurs, employés et étudiants qui se sont retrouvés au cœur du drame qui a frappé Polytechnique le 6 décembre 1989. Ce jour-là, 14 jeunes femmes brillantes, ambitieuses, déterminées, ont été assassinées simplement parce qu'elles étaient des femmes dans un milieu d'hommes. Leur vie s'est arrêtée brusquement parce qu'elles avaient osé choisir un chemin souvent moins emprunté par des femmes. En 1989, la tuerie de Polytechnique m'a profondément marquée, comme tous les Québécois et les Québécoises. J'étais alors une adolescente de 15 ans. Comme bien d'autres jeunes femmes de cet âge, je me posais des questions sur mon avenir, en regardant les possibilités qui s'offraient à moi et les modèles qui me servaient de repères. Geneviève Bergeron, Hélène Colgan, Nathalie Croteau, Barbara Daigneault, Anne-Marie Edward, Maude Aviernik, Barbara Klusnik-Vidajevic, Maryse Laganière, Maryse Leclerc, Anne-Marie Lemay, Sonia Pelletier, Michel Richard, Annie Saint-Arnaud, Annie Turcotte. Toutes ces femmes sont devenues, le 6 décembre 1989, des modèles. C'est à ce moment que j'ai pris conscience de l'importance pour les femmes d'assumer leurs choix et de ne pas se contenter des chemins tout tracés. C'est à partir de ce moment que j'ai compris que rien ne pouvait m'arrêter, que rien n'était hors de ma portée, qu'aucun rêve n'était trop fou, qu'aucune montagne n'était trop difficile à gravir. C'est à partir de ce moment que j'ai décidé de m'écouter moi et seulement moi et de foncer quand l'envie de faire quelque chose me prenait en sachant que c'était la bonne décision à prendre. J'ai le cœur brisé en pensant aux 14 victimes de Polytechnique qui auraient pu accomplir et tout ce qu'elles auraient pu accomplir si elles n'étaient pas tombées sous les balles d'un être profondément troublé. Mais je me console en voyant que des jeunes femmes, comme vous, rendent justice à leur héritage et poursuivent le chemin qu'elles ont tracé en 1989. Je me réjouis aussi de voir que du drame rejaillit de la lumière à la forme de l'Ordre de la Rose Blanche. This scholarship has been awarded for 3 years now to a Canadian woman, engineering student who wishes to enroll in a master's or doctorate program. It highlights the work of exceptional young women who brings down walls, break barriers, and elevate the field of science and engineering to new heights. 20 years after the horrific attack that shook the Polytechnique to its core, I am pleased to see just how far women have come in all areas. I am equally thrilled to know that today's young girls and boys can look up to strong role models, much like Madame Thomson, to help trace their path without being limited by outside factors. Congratulations, Madame Thomson, third winner of the Order of the White Rose Scholarship. Et bravo à la communauté de Polytechnique pour cet hommage aux 14 victimes de la tragédie du 6 décembre 1989 qui, même si elles sont parties beaucoup trop tôt, ont changé Montréal, le Québec et le Canada à tout jamais. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Madame la mairesse. I now invite our recipient, Ella, to come forward so that the mayor can present you with our special piece of jewelry for scholarship winners. Created exclusively for Polytechnique by Quebec designer Anne-Marie Chagnon, this necklace consists of 14 small silver petals in memory of the 14 victims of December 6, 1989, and a gold rose petal in honor of our recipient. I'd now like to invite Monsieur Bertrand, Madame Thibaudot de Guire, Madame Provost, to join our mayor and our scholarship recipient for the check and bouquet presentation to Ella Thomson, followed by the saying of the Gold Book. This third Order of the White Rose Scholarship presentation ceremony was once again an emotional and hope-filled event. Thank you again, honored guests, for your attendance. Thanks to everyone who follow us on Facebook Live. Bonne journée à tous. Merci.